Today is not just another day. It's the day when God will renew your strength and bring peace where fear once lived. While many wake up worried, you wake up protected because the Most High covers you under His wings. Evil will not touch you, and what once seemed like an obstacle will become your path. Rise in faith. Declare with power, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Today, heaven moves in your favor. Lord, on this morning I come before you. Before the sun warms the earth, I want your presence to warm my soul. Today I rise with an open heart, remembering the words of Psalm 23. "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." May this promise be the foundation of my day. There are days when the body wakes up, but the soul still carries the weight of the night. Thoughts, fears, and doubts that refuse to go away. But right now, in this very moment, I choose to rest in you, Lord. Because those who dwell in your secret place find refuge, even in the stormiest mornings. Father, I want to begin this day guided by your voice, not the voice of fear. I want to know that before I even leave my home, your angel has already gone ahead, preparing the way, keeping evil away, opening invisible doors, and closing the traps of the enemy. Waking up in you is more than opening my eyes, it's opening my heart to your care. It's remembering that every step I take today will be guided by your staff, and no shadow will be strong enough to pull me away from the path your love has drawn for me. And even if this day brings challenges, I know your spirit walks with me. Because you promised, Lord, 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Let that be my safety, my faith, my first breath of hope in this new dawn. But before the day fully begins, there's something I need to let go. A weight my heart still insists on carrying. Lord, you know the burdens I bear. Sometimes I start the day smiling on the outside, but inside, my heart is tired. Tired of trying to be strong all the time. Tired of pretending everything's fine when my soul is silently crying. Today I want to give you that weight, because on my own I can't carry it anymore. There are mornings when fear wakes up before I do. It sits at the edge of the bed and whispers that nothing will change. But when I remember your promises, I find strength to rise. Because you said, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me." And that, Lord, is what sustains me, the certainty that I never walk alone. Sometimes life feels heavy not because of a lack of faith, but because of an excess of pain. And in those moments you don't demand joy, you offer comfort. You don't ask for answers, you invite me to rest. So here I am, Lord, tired but still seeking you, weak but still believing. How many times have I looked up to the sky and asked, "How much longer, Lord?" And even without an immediate answer, something inside me whispers, "Wait, God's care never sleeps." That gentle voice, not from the world but from your spirit, is what helps me breathe again. That's why this morning I choose to trust even when I don't understand, because I know that behind every tear there's a purpose, and behind every delay there's a miracle being prepared. But Lord, what about when the weight gets heavier and hope starts to fade? When faith shakes and the heart almost gives up? There are days, Lord, when the dawn doesn't bring light, only memories. When the body wakes, but the heart stays trapped in yesterday. In those moments the valley feels real, the soul grows silent, fear grows louder, and your silence feels bigger than your comfort. And that's when, Lord, I need you the most, not in words, but in presence. There are wounds no one sees, scars hidden behind polite smiles. Sometimes it feels like I'm surrounded by shadows, doubts, losses, loneliness, and the enemy tries to convince me I've been forgotten. But even in the darkness I remember, your rod still guides me, and your love still pursues me, even when I feel lost. Psalm 91 reminds me, "He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge." And that image, Lord, is what keeps me standing through the coldest nights, knowing there's shelter, even when I can't see it, that there are wings stretched over me, even when all I feel is the wind. I've cried trying to understand your timing. I've blamed myself for not having enough faith. But you teach me patiently that faith isn't the absence of fear, it's choosing to trust even while trembling. It's looking into the darkness and saying, "You are still my God." And when the silence feels deafening, I remember that gold is refined by fire, that every tear is an invisible seed of transformation, and that even without noticing, the desert is preparing me to bloom again. Because it's exactly when everything seems lost that your power begins to be revealed. When the world says it's over, your voice whispers, "Not yet." And in that quiet living word, I find strength to rise once more. I look around and see that the valley hasn't disappeared, but something inside me has changed. Because now I know, I no longer walk alone. Your spirit breathes over me like a gentle wind, and everything that once felt heavy begins to fade away. The tears dry, not because the battle is over, but because peace arrived first. And that peace, Lord, doesn't come from outside. It comes from your invisible embrace that holds the soul when it needs it most. It's when I kneel, exhausted, that I feel the power of prayer transform the atmosphere. Suddenly, a cold room becomes an altar. Fear bows down. Hope rises, because whoever dwells in you finds refuge even in the storm. And there, where there once was despair, now there's a gentle whisper, you shall not want. Psalm 23 is fulfilled every morning. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. That means that even when the world doesn't understand, your care never stops. You sustain me, you heal me, you renew me. And I realized the greatest miracle wasn't that the pain went away, but that my faith remained. Because when everything else failed, your presence stayed. When everything fell apart, your love held me together. And that's why today, I begin the day not with fear, but with gratitude. Because now that I've learned to trust, I know the next step will be victory. Lord, now that this new day begins, I understand every battle brought me closer to you. Every tear taught me to depend more on your grace than on my own strength. What I once called despair, I now see as the discipline of love. And what seemed like the end was only the beginning of a new story with you. When I look up, I can feel heaven opening. Your spirit surrounds me, and fear fades away like morning mist before the sun. Psalm 91 is fulfilled in me. I am covered under your wings. No evil will reach me, for your faithfulness is my shield. And Psalm 23 reminds me that even in the valley, you still prepare paths of provision. Today I declare that nothing will steal the peace that comes from you. No day will be small when it begins in prayer. No challenge will be too great when I remember that the Lord is my shepherd. No evil will ever be greater than your love. So I lift my head and move forward. Your staff guides me, your love sustains me, and your presence covers me. May every step I take today be consecrated to your purpose, and may my life reflect your goodness, so that others, when they see me, will know that walking with you is living in safety and fullness. And now, Lord, before I go, I just want to thank you for another sunrise, another chance, another day covered by your care. Because I know you are my shepherd, my refuge, my God in whom I trust. Hey, take a deep breath. Yes, I'm talking to you now. Before you rush into your plans, before you worry about what might happen today, stop for a moment and remember God has already gone ahead of you. He's already seen what you fear, already prepared the road you haven't yet walked. Maybe yesterday was heavy. Maybe you cried in silence, not knowing if you could start again. But the Lord your shepherd never left you, not even for a second. He was with you while you slept, and he's with you now, in this new dawn. You didn't wake up by accident. You woke up because there's still purpose. There's something God wants to show you, something that can only bloom after pain. And yes, he will sustain you. Psalm 23 promises that nothing will be lacking. And Psalm 91 reminds you that you are under the wings of the Almighty. So rise up in faith. Lift your head. Face this day with a light heart, because those who trust in God never walk alone. They walk protected. No evil will harm you, no word will wound you, and no door will stay closed if it's part of his plan. Today, live with confidence. Pray, give thanks, and remember. You are cared for, chosen, and protected. And if fear tries to return, say out loud, "The Lord is my shepherd and my refuge. Nothing will be lacking. Nothing will shake me." If this prayer spoke to your soul, like the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel, because here, with every prayer, heaven comes a little closer to you